want you to debate us on your atheist beliefs.
Oh, come on.
You can debate with any one of us.
Yeah, come on, and I'll debate you.
Yeah, atheism?
Yeah. And your belief, yeah.
No, atheism.
Islam. And Islam.
Atheism.
And Islam.
Do you agree?
And Islam.
Get a moderator.
Right.
And we agree.
Oh, so it's okay to film that?
No, I will debate you on atheism.
Oh, and I will debate you on Islam. On the false prophet Muhammad.
Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide.
You know what? What's your interest in Islam?
In Islam? Well, it's false religion.
Why
so I'm here to point out it's false.
Why is it false?
Because there's a lot of fairy stories like flying horses, flying angels. So I think that's false. And a talking pen. And a talking pen at the beginning of the universe. Yeah, apparently in a couple of the hadiths it says there's a pen.
They removed it from the
yeah, I've had other Muslims confirm it.
I want to look at the interpretation of Islam's biggest scholars regarding the first verse of the 68th chapter, the chapter of the pen. Now, just to be clear, the verse in question reads this: Noon, which is an Arabic letter, Noon by the pen and that which they write. As we can see, the verse itself doesn't tell us much. What is meant by the letter Noon? This is where the scholars have come in to tell us their opinion on the matter based on the early narrations. Now, let's begin with Ibn Kathir. He states this in his tafsir for this verse. He is quoting Tabari, the other great mufassir, who in turn is quoting Abdullah ibn al-Abbas, Muhammad's cousin and a widely respected authority on Islam and the Quran. The first thing God created was the pen. He ordered it to write. It said, "What shall I write?" He said, "Write the fate of everything." So it wrote what will happen from that day until the day of judgment. Then he created the Noon, which is the whale. Then he raised the water and created the heavens with it, and laid the earth on the back of the Noon. The Noon moved, and so did the earth, so it was fixed down with mountains. So let's recap here for a minute. God makes a talking pen, not some typewriter or laptop, has a conversation with this pen. The pen writes everything that's ever going to happen, presumably including me making and uploading this video. So much for free will. Then God creates a big fat whale and then lifts the waters at ground level up to create the sky. That's probably because they saw a blue sky and thought it was water floating above us, an idea that seems supported by this verse. Then the flat earth is placed on the whale's back. The whale doesn't like this heavy thing on it, so it tries to shake off the earth above it. But being a smart god, he decides to fix the earth in its place with mountains. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of creation. Who needs the Big Bang and evolution when this obviously makes a lot more sense?
Yeah, apparently in a couple of the hadiths it says there's a pen.
They removed it from the
yeah, I've had other Muslims confirm it. Can you tell me about the pen?
So let's understand this. If an instrument like a pen talks, it's a fairy tale.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Oh yeah, please record, because he's going to put this up on his channel. Yeah, coming. So if I have an instrument that talks, it's a fairy tale. Is that right?
A pen, yeah. A pen.
Yeah.
As far
So if I have a digital pen that talks, I actually have one at home. Is that a fairy tale?
Yeah.
Hey, moron! You fucking idiot!
At the time, they had no pen that was created before the beginning of the universe.
Let's understand one thing. So before the beginning of the universe, if God creates something, are you saying in the future we're able to create ourselves, but God cannot create something like that before? When you know a pen, the pen, my digital pen today is still a digital pen. Pen. If my pen talks today, it's not a fairy tale.
Not today, no. Because you've got a pen that can talk, because you've got computer programming in it.
Right. So God gave us the brains and the intelligence to make talking pen. And yet, according to your logic, God cannot create a pen that talks. I want to understand your logic.
I understand your logic.
Is this coming from your atheistic logic?
Yeah, that's right.
Then I'm sorry, I cannot continue the discussion any further.
Why not?
Because
you believe God created a pen before anything else?
No, because I think you're not really using your mind, your senses.
Yeah.
Because human beings can create a pen that talks, but God is unable to create a pen that talks.
That's right, especially a God that doesn't exist.
And you fail on that question. I mean, it's a spectacular failure.
Right, is there any proof of this pen? Because we can prove that we've got the pen that we've made talk. Have you got any proof of the pen that Allah made?
Do you believe in gravity? What's your proof? Show me.
What did you fucking say?
What's your proof? Show me.
Now, I'll just ask you a question. Don't change the subject.
No.
Okay, so the Brit is not satisfied. He calls him out, said, okay, let me just pin you on something. Matter of fact, how do you squirm out of that one?
I want to
ask you your proof of the pen.
Listen.
What's your proof of the pen?
The reason why we're asking this question is to demonstrate the inconsistency in your thinking.
Of you? You're thinking, where's the proof of the pen?
Allow me.
It's okay to say in the story he created a pen. What's the proof?
My friend, allow me. So, when we talk about gravity, do we have any proof as it stands today of something called like gravitons or gravitational particles? Or are we inferring gravity due to the effects that gravity shows on objects, on matter? For example, if something I drop, it falls, you haven't seen gravity. None of you have seen gravity. What you have seen is the pull, the attraction, an effect of gravity. So let me ask you, do you believe in gravity? And if you do, I want to ask you for the evidence of gravity, because obviously you would not believe in anything without any proof, right? So you believe in gravity like most of the atheists would do. What is your evidence for gravity?
Right, now you failed to answer my question, which was,
No, I'm demonstrating your
I've asked you 3
inconsistency.
times on the camera, you're inconsistent.
I'm
Now
demonstrating.
you said that you believe in the pen. Now what's the proof of
Listen,
the pen?
I am just
Before
demonstrating.
you move on to something else, the gravity, explain about the pen.
Clearly, you're not thinking rationally here.
My mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock. I am number one.
I am. I'm asking for your.
I'm simply demonstrating to you, which is this. If your objection is, how can you believe in something that you cannot see?
There's no proof of.
That you have no proof of.
That's it.
Right. So in principle, if you believe in something which has no proof, which you cannot see,
we can feel gravity.
then it's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale.
We can't see an invisible pen. We can feel gravity. We can experience it. Where's the experience of the pen? Explain.
Listen. Things of the unseen you want to see.
I believe in the natural world. I believe that I exist. Everything that can be demonstrated reasonably. So I don't believe in a God. I don't believe in anything supernatural. But I believe in the world I experience. I'm kind of forced to.
So you're going to say, oh, show us heaven and hell.
One of the moral superiorities of atheism, by the way, is we don't particularly want it to be true that we shall be annihilated when we die, that there's nothing to hope for from the heavens, that the heavens are empty. We don't necessarily love that idea, but we're willing to face it since the evidence for the contrary appears to be trivial or non-existent.
Yeah, show us the invisible man. You can't. Show us the invisible pen.
So you're saying there are things which are in the realms of the unseen, you want to see them. But when we ask you in the realms of the seen world, like gravity, you don't have any evidence, but you
we can experience it. What's the experience of the pen?
You experience gravity. I experience the effect of God, who has made all of this. So now you agree God exists.
What is your
because of
experience?
this? Look, all of this is an effect that the Creator created it. This is the experience.
What's your experience?
I just told
this
you.
Is nature. It doesn't prove Allah.
It's not nature.
You're in nature, of course you are.
What is nature?
This is nature.
Okay,
Things that evolve naturally.
What is nature?
Things that evolve naturally.
Matter. Has matter evolved naturally?
Yes.
Then you have no idea what you're talking about.
What, matter? What's matter made of? Come on, let's see if you know what you're talking. What's matter made of?
You tell me.
Where did the matter in the universe come from? A bare microsecond after the Big Bang itself, the universe consisted of a sea of ultra-high energy gamma rays and particle-antiparticle pairs, in particular quarks and antiquarks, electrons and positrons, and neutrinos and antineutrinos.
I'm asking you the question. Come on.
Me.
No, I've asked you the question.
Matter's made of stuff. Can you do better than that?
Can you name the stuff it's made of?
I would like you to tell us.
No, I've asked you. I'll put you on the spot. Come on.
Okay, so let's say matter is made of some other stuff. So obviously, you know better than I do, right? Can you educate on us what matter is made of?
You know what it's made of.
He just said. I've just told you. Go ahead.
Other stuff, but he hasn't said what the stuff is.
Yeah. So
quasons,
right.
right? It's supposed to be made of. Can you confirm this? Because you already know, didn't you? Quasons, yes.
What is it called?
Quasons, quarks,
Quarks.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you heard of them?
Yes.
Right. So why are you making out you don't know nothing? Now you tell us the rest of the components then.
When did I say I know nothing of?
Just a minute ago, you haven't elaborated on what you know about.
Have I said anything that is incorrect? Isn't matter made of stuff?
Stuff, yeah. But when I said to you, I know it's made of quasars, you said yes. So confirming that you did know it, but you didn't want to elaborate any further. Now elaborate a little bit further. I told you one thing that was in it, all right, and you know what's in the rest. But you know what I mean. You can't explain.
Where did matter come from?
Ah, the unknown. Oh, interesting that you scurried over there. This surely isn't a god of the gaps. Did you just go to a gap? Why didn't you go to what was known? No, you just flung a little pixie dust in the air of confusion and mystery.
Sure, brother. Where did matter come from?
Can you explain the pen first?
No, this is matter.
No, let's get back to the pen. Listen, we got to your gravity and matter. Sure. Let's finish off your evidence for the pen.
The reason I'm saying is there are things which are of the unseen.
Yeah, if
you ask the evidence for the unseen, I will be unable to provide any evidence because these are the realities of the unseen world. We believe in heaven and hell without seeing them. I don't have to see the heaven and hell to believe in them. I have my other reasons to believe in them. So what I'm asking you, you are an atheist, self-professed. So can you tell us what is the origin of matter according to your belief?
Oh, now the origin of matter, nobody knows because it could have always been there.
But you believe in it?
Or it might have just started, because I can experience matter,
so you don't
know. I can experience it.
So you do know?
No, but you don't know.
No, I do know. Look, matter.
Your point is you don't know. It's not wrong
saying you don't know.
Look, nobody knows where it comes from.
So how can you claim certainty then?
We know it's there.
But how can you claim that it's definitely there's no?
It's there. I'm claiming that we don't know where because the matter. Hold on. Let's get back on this. Let's get back. Hold on. I'm not debating you. Mate. He doesn't need help.
You're claiming certainty when you can't be certain about
there's matter. The matter has been tested. Matter has been tested.
It's so irrational.
No, it's not irrational.
I think you're upset.
No, matter has been tested. Matter has been tested. Have you heard of matter?
Who upset?
No, it doesn't matter, mate. Let's get back to the conversation. Sorry, I'm not upset, mate. He's upset. He's upset because I've got Nature TV and he don't like it.
So let's.
That's the truth, mate. He's already said he don't like it.
Let's talk. Don't put your words in my mouth. I specifically said what I had stated.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if you can't remember anything, I suggest you have a refreshing memory.
All right, what did you say then?
No, don't ask me what I said. If you can't remember, that's your problem.
Yeah, you're explaining.
Right?
Confirm.
So let me ask you one thing now. So the things that you don't know, like matter.
Well, we do know about matter. It's been tested. Matter, condensed matter, is what stars are born from.
Excuse me. Where did matter come from? You said you don't know.
We don't. Nobody knows. Yes.
Good.
Well, I'm not an idiot because nobody knows.
Don't say nobody knows. This is.
Do you know where matter comes from?
He's made the point.
Wait.
Do you know where matter comes from?
Wait a point. When you say nobody knows, that includes me.
Yeah, right.
How do you know? Don't know?
Because no one can prove what came before the matter.
Wait.
So you don't know.
Slow down.
You can make a story up.
Do you know the logical fallacy that you've committed here right now? Can you name it?
You tell me.
Right. So you have somehow, extrapolated your ignorance on.
My faults, you mean?
Listen.
My faults.
Listen.
Yes.
Allow me to make my point.
Yeah, these are my faults. Don't say my ignorance.
Are you going to allow me my point?
Yeah, go on.
When your brothers just say to stop because it's really a waste of time, I will stop.
Yeah, because you told me ignorance.
I want to demonstrate.
Listen. They're only my faults.
Listen. What I was only pointing out is this. You made a statement saying, nobody knows. Now, you haven't spoken to everybody to make that.
Nobody's proven it. Scientists have tried to prove it and they can't. People have tried to prove it for thousands of years and they can't. Now you tell me where the proof is.
Can you come down and let me make my point, right?
Yeah, go on.
So when you say nobody knows, perhaps, this is not perhaps, it's certainly, you don't know, and you are imposing your ignorance on this matter, and extrapolating it, and imposing on him,
My
me.
Ignorance about what?
You're not letting me finish.
Matter exists, I'm not being ignorant, you're being ignorant, you're being, nobody knows the origins.
You don't know.
Do you?
No.
Right, so I'm just being honest, what's your problem?
Yeah, but that's two people who don't know.
Yeah, right, no, do you know how the matter got there?
7 million people.
Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So we have one person and two person who knows.
Oh,
so now.
So you tell us how it got there.
Wait. Thank you, brother. So now, when you made that
and let's hear the proof as well.
Please. When you made a statement, nobody knows.
Yeah, they don't.
You are clearly demonstrably that was a false statement.
Okay, well, listen.
Because two people said they know when you said nobody knows.
Right, let's see who prove me wrong. Let's see their proof.
If start proving
let's see your proof first.
Please,
come on, prove me wrong.
Listen, calm down and relax and let me make my point.
Yeah, go on.
So, as you made a false statement...
So you say, you prove it's false.
Listen.
You have to prove it's false.
Listen, you made a claim.
Yeah, that there's matter and nobody knows how it got there.
Listen.
That's yeah. Now you
I want you
I'm making a false
I
claim.
want you to think before you respond.
Yeah, go on.
You made a statement.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Now clearly this was a false statement. This stemmed from what? It stemmed from your own ignorance. For example, if I made that statement, nobody knows, I am imposing my ignorance on someone else.
You should back your claim
Who might know?
Claims
It's not backing my claim. It's demonstrating that I am ignorant, but I am imposing my ignorance on someone else. If I said, for example, you know what? Nobody knows who made that camera. It may be that I don't know, but it doesn't mean automatically no one else knows. So when you make statements like this, it's a logical fallacy. You're making a generalization based from your own ignorance.
Not mine. And what the world has known. The world has studied matter. And we don't know what come before it. You're the one who's being ignorant here, my friend, trying to make out that I'm ignorant. Right, can you explain how the matter got there then? All right, so my statement's
what
false.
You're now doing is, you're shifting the burden of proof from you to me. I didn't make the claim, you did.
Yeah, I did, that's right. And you're
so
making
the burden
the claim
of
that
proof
it's
is on
false.
you?
No, you're making...
The one who makes the claim.
Yeah, but you're saying it's false, right, so prove it's false.
Because we said we know.
Yeah, right, so how do you know then? So let's hear how you know then.
It's not about how we know.
Yeah, how do you know?
So now, okay, let's see how we know.
Yeah.
How do we know gravity exists?
No, we're not talking about gravity, we're talking about
Why are you
matter
so
at the beginning
afraid to talk about gravity?
You're so afraid to... We was talking about the beginning of the universe and matter.
Is gravity part of nature?
We was talking about...
Good.
Explain, you're ignorant now because you've made yourself look a fool. You tried to make me look like a liar and that I was ignorant.
I never claimed you're a liar.
I said I was ignorant.
I'm surprised.
Okay, you said I was ignorant.
I'm surprised you're
making yourself look a fool,
you're thinking. If
you are making yourself
someone,
look a fool.
Listen.
You've called me ignorant. Now explain why I'm ignorant.
No, I did not call you ignorant.
You called me ignorant.
I demonstrated that you're ignorant.
Oh, am I?
And
the whole world is ignorant because they don't know where that's to come from. Now explain why you're the expert and you know. Let's hear it. Come on.
Okay.
Come with this.
First of all,
he said he knows, and he said you know, and he knows. Okay. Look, it doesn't matter. Let's hear your proof. Let's hear your proof proving that I'm ignorant.
Right.
Come on,
brother. First,
come on.
First point is this.
You can't prove that what I'm saying is not
true. You know when I want to talk?
Yeah. You've had to talk a load of rubbish. Yeah, because you haven't proven anything.
Okay, now, are you recording this? I am talking a load of rubbish.
You are.
And yes, he's so interested in recording me.
Prove that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Look at this.
You said
the quality of your channel.
Yeah, you're the one that said you know where matter come from. No, you stay out of it. So explain where it come from.
Now,
you're the big man saying I know.
Listen.
So let's hear it. Where does matter come from?
Sure. So now I am just making a side point, right? Which is this. You are so interested in recording me and filming me when I talk a load of rubbish. That is a demonstration of the quality of your channel because
you're talking rubbish now because you're accusing me of ignorance, but you're not explaining.
Listen, can I finish my point?
He's not explaining, mate.
If you cut me off in the middle, that is called rude, isn't it? Thank you. So, you show interest in filming someone.
Yeah, good, decent debates. Yeah,
and you're interrupting me.
Right, so he's saying he knows where it comes from then. Right, hold on, right. So you said you know where matter comes from. Where does it come from?
God made it.
Right, can you prove God? Can you? Well, people have been searching for God for thousands of years and they can't find him. So where's the proof? They've proved they can't find him. Or flying angels. Right, where's your proof?
Right.
Matter. Yeah, because it's been tested. It's been tested.
Waste of time, guys.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You know what?
Sorry.
Let us spend another 5 minutes to demonstrate to his viewers why he's not giving that.
Right, let's have your proof of the matter. So you said God's your proof. Right, there's no proof of God, so you haven't proved nothing. Right.
Maximum 5 minutes.
He hasn't proved God, so he can't prove nothing.
Now, brothers,
let's do a time.
Right.
No, not time.
Right, let's see your proof.
I'm going to leave in 5 minutes, so remind me when it's over, right?
Yeah, let's see your proof of matter.
I've spent enough time.
So you know how the matter got there. Let's hear how it got there.
Allow me to finish my point that I was about to make earlier,
and you haven't explained why I'm ignorant and you're not. You're being ignorant because you ain't explaining how you know the matter got there. So let's hear it. Come on.
What's your name, by the way?
All the way through.
What's your name?
Doesn't matter.
They are sook, in my opinion. They are 5 foot. This is 5'5". His reach is like that. He can't even. I'd put my hand and hold my hand on his forehead, and he wouldn't even be able to hit me.
All the way through, all the way through, all the way through. Yeah. And what is the matter? What is a unit of energy?
Doesn't matter.
It does, because matter watts, which is a unit of energy.
You know what?
Yeah, there's no.
So
nothing.
to continue, if he interrupts, as I am explaining, the moment he interrupts me from making my point, that will be the end of the discussion.
Right, let's hear this point.
Okay, we agree.
Let's hear the point.
Okay, so as I was explaining earlier on, you state that I speak a load of rubbish, and you want to fill me so desperately.
You proved it.
That's
you
it.
can walk off. Yeah, you proved it. Yeah, you proved it. You proved it, because you can't explain what you're talking about, and all you do is beat about the bush. That's all you do, mate. You got no answers. All you can do is beat about the bush and say other people are ignorant, and that's the truth.
Uncle Devin smells a ton of weakness.
He was looking for an exit. He took a lot of head trauma. Straight after it, we were worried. The sparring partners were actually telling us when he was dropped back to the home that he was stumbling out of the car. He was knocked down, he was flattened against the ropes. Multiple times the ropes kept him on his feet. We were worried about him. We thought the worst was that to happen. You know what I mean? He was certainly badly concussed. And then he just got out of there and went running. And I don't know. I mean, I don't mind. He came in. He spoke a hell of a game previous. Very disrespectful to the skill set. Very disrespectful to the discipline. But no matter what a man says, if they show up and try to answer that and try their best, you've got to give respect. And that's what happened. He showed up. He tried his best. It didn't go his way. He got his ass whooped. He got his pride dented. And then he wanted a way out. What better way for a guy like him to exit under a load of questions and mysterious, you know what I mean? So, under a load of questions. So, I don't know what else to say. He came in, he got his ass whooped, he got his ego badly dented. And that's it. I mean, he was flattened. What can I say? He got his ass whooped.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.